Nobody's here yet, so I will just wait. I hope you guys can hear me. Well, I'll mess around. Whoops. I'll mess around while I wait for all of you to come. I haven't gone live here very much, so I will just like check things out while while I wait. Hello, Terry. Hey, there's a person. I never go live on YouTube, but I've been having a ton of issues with um, like Facebook Live and the volume on my iPad. So yeah, I'm here and nowhere else. So we'll see if more than two people show up to ask questions. I've kind of been, can everybody hear me okay? Can you guys say yes if you can hear me? Anyone? I also struggle with perfect with YouTube because it flips me. So it's weird for my strokey brain because like this is my left side, even though it looks like I don't know, it's strange. Hi everybody. I'm good. I had a very quiet long weekend. In Canada, if you're not from Canada, it's a long weekend this weekend. And so my daughter was not here. She flew to another province to go to her boyfriend's prom. And so it was just me, my son, and then my son's friend, who was also my foster son for a while, were here, and they did their own thing. So I really did not a lot. Um, Once again, as per usual, uh, I'm struggling with my mood again, which is so irritating. Hi from South Carolina. Hello. Yeah, so I'm struggling with my mood again, and it's very frustrating, um, because yeah, just because it's my life is so amazing and, well, minus all the stroke stuff and the deficits and the brain damage and blah, blah, but, like, comparatively, I'm very blessed, and I should just be able to go, "Yes, my life is so good. Woohoo, yay me." And instead, I'm like, "Woe is me, boo-hoo, um, life is hard," etc. So, yeah, I'm definitely oh, this is so weird. This like because of how I am looking at myself, it feels like this is my stroke side, but it's not. This is my stroke side. Your feelings are valid too. Don't be hard on yourself. Yeah, oh, I know, but it's still annoying. Um, on the upside, I have been doing some really good groups. I had an amazing group last week, and I think that really boosted my mood. And I am challenging myself this week. Just turn that down. And I am doing a second episode with Dead Talks. It was my first like big podcast that I was a guest on last year. I think like February of last year it came out. And it was my first like true experience with like online hate and like people being super mean. So I kind of avoided it, but I think I have tougher skin now. And it's such a good podcast. And it's such a good, like, he's such a good host. He's really good at questions and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm excited. Yay, you're here. I haven't usually, like, people have lots of questions when I go live on Facebook because more people see that I'm live. Hi, Ashley. Hi, everybody. Yeah, and then I'm teaching a class this coming weekend on Sunday of all days. And I'm super, super excited about it. I think there's like 30 people enrolled, and one person won the contest, and so they got a spot for free. And I'm really excited. I love teaching classes because it's not me teaching, it's my guides teaching, and they are awesome at it. I have a microphone in front of me. I wonder if it's actually, like, working. Does it is it working? Hello? Is it louder? Hello? This is what I do when I don't have any questions to answer. Do you guys have any questions? Maybe I should post that, I am live. I am posted on Facebook. I am live on YouTube. To ask oh, questions. You know what? I wonder if I can, like, put my YouTube link. Is that a thing? Let's check it out. You guys can learn with me. There. Can I copy that? Copy link. Oh, look at me. I win Monday. Okay, there we go. Yay. If if two family members depart at the same time, so they meet the rest of their family members at the same time in heaven, time doesn't exist on the other side. So I guess so in a human way of thinking, but in the other side way of thinking, time doesn't exist. Hi, Amber, and everyone. Amber, why did you not want to accept your gifts until a few years ago? I thought people would think I was crazy. The first, or there's an introduction in my book that talks about this. Um, Truly, I really thought that people would think I was nuts, and I did anything and everything in my life up until I accepted my gifts. And I was 35 when I accepted my gifts, and I'm now 43. So it's been, what's that, 8 years? Um, but yeah, I thought people would think I was crazy. And so I just wanted to be a wife and a mom and a social worker and like a type A soccer mom, even though my kids didn't really play soccer, but you know what I mean. I was scared and I could see dead people, but I didn't necessarily know how to have like a conversation with them. So how can you have or channel any messages if you don't know how to like have a full conversation? And that didn't happen until I got over my fear. So I am grateful, and I'm grateful I accepted my gifts when I did. I don't feel like I wasted time. I just think I had a different focus at like earlier. Hi, Tom. What would happen if you started using your gifts for your own benefit? Um, I'm not a lot of people like me go crazy, because of that. So mental health issues, um, or manic or psychotic, um, or go into psychosis, not psychotic. Um, Also, it's just kind of selfish. I don't think you'd be punished or anything like that because it would be my choice. I You just don't really, at least from my perspective, I don't feel called to, like, use my gifts to win the lottery. And it's not that I never use my gifts for my own kind of gain, you know? It is interesting being able to read people's souls, and sometimes it's very frustrating when people won't say what they mean, and so I sometimes confront people, which probably isn't the greatest, and it's not a great way to use my gifts, so I do sometimes. What to do if you enter the underworld, shaman world on accident? Do you know who can help you get out? What do you mean by that? You need to define, because I don't think there is an underworld. So just define what that means for you. Hi, Desiree. You've mentioned a white waiting room where I saw during a surgery and then saw my cat Buddy shortly after she passed. Can you go into detail on that? So when I first went into my NDE, I opened my eyes and I was in this beautiful, wonderful garden, and I had loved ones there, my pets, my other lives, my guides. And then once I made the decision, which it felt like it was a long time it took me to make the decision, which I know in human time it wasn't. But once I made that decision, um, I like that quick, went from the beautiful garden to this, like, light-filled waiting room, and I could see my body, I could see my husband beside my body. I could still kind of see everybody else, but not as clearly, and I just, like, kinda stood there watching my body have the seizure, and then as soon as that seizure was done, I was out of that light-filled waiting room. Thank you for being here. My auntie passed on Tuesday. I hope she's doing okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, and I promise you she is. Any advice for waking up at 2 to 3 a.m., prayers or anything? They say these hours are your angels wanting to give you a message or something. A lot of people who are more connected to the other side will wake up like I do. It also can be hormones that wake you up. So you got to delve into what it actually is. I'm going to choke. I can feel it. Is there a way to tell if someone has a negative attachment? In other words, are there particular signs to be aware of? Like a negative spirit attachment? I don't believe in those. So, do you mean spirit or do you mean a human? Thank you for answering our questions. Do you still have any fears? I hope that's not too personal. Yes, I definitely still have fears. I don't necessarily have fears of dying. Like I know what will happen when I cross over. I do have fears of having another stroke and not dying. Like, I still have human fears for sure. I have financial anxiety always. I think that's something I'm gonna battle with for my entire life. Um, so yes, I still have fears. I have fears that, I'll have a stroke and my kids will find me, like, dead. So, yeah, I definitely have fears. Just because I went to the other side and I fully understand the why and I understand like, everything that will happen doesn't mean I'm not human. Hello, Jennifer. Are the Canucks going to win tonight? I know you can't tell us. I will not tell you, but I can put it in my phone like I always do with my husband. I don't let him bet on it because that's using it for my financial gain. Are you taking on any more clients in the near future? Yes, I don't really do private readings anymore. I've only done a couple this year because I can only work once or twice a week. Uh, so yeah, I do more groups and I post them all on my Facebook page. Okay, I mean human. Um, what was your question again? Negative attachment. So do you mean like you're like kind of holding on to like a negative relationship or something? I still don't quite understand what you're asking. Wondering if you can tell me why my daughter's cat Lulu keeps peeing on the stairs? Because it smells like pee. It's that simple. To clarify, a couple of hours ago, I was working on an emotional topic, and then suddenly I felt like in my mind's eye, I was running through a dark and foggy forest, uncomfortable how to get out of the feeling. I think some deep breathing, ground yourself, feet on the floor, like really breathe and connect so that you can sort of cleanse and protect your energy. I mean, I think someone I know has other people holding her back in a negative way. She's sensitive. You can always communicate that, but she's probably learning from those attachments, and you don't want to have her to have to keep learning through other people, so it's good she's learning now. How do we get to know our guides when we have no gifts like yours? You just talk to them. It's that simple. You just talk to them. You don't have to like know their names. You don't have to get to know everything about them. Um, you just talk and they listen, and you don't have to talk out loud. You just have faith that they are there. You're welcome, Lori. You say we are here to learn. What lessons can a true narcissist learn? Narcissists are more here to teach than they are here to learn. Think of how much you learn from having them in your life. So, yeah, they are not necessarily here to learn. Once we pass, like, let's just pretend that a soul's life is, um, like oh, weird. That's the strokeness. I don't have this. I don't like the side, the flip, because I can like I don't know. Everything looks weird. Uh, sorry, getting distracted by looking at myself. So if soul's life, which it's not a life, but anyways, is 100 years. So like 100 years worth of different lives. Anybody that has a very young soul would not plan a life where they are a narcissist. You would have to be like 75 to 100 in order to plan a life where you are a narcissist or some other kind of really horrible human, because you are here to teach, not learn. Um, We just got our pup neutered. Got me wondering if you will be fixing Gus or breeding him. He is already neutered because he was starting to be a bit of an asshole. So he actually got neutered last Christmas, which was early. But he's a huge dog. I wasn't super worried about his growth or anything like that. And so, yeah, no, he's already neutered. My husband a week ago was recovering from a lobectomy and said he saw his deceased parents in a sort of haze. They looked concerned and then faded away. He is a very skeptical person, but has gifts. Oh, I love that. They came to make sure he was okay. Great answer. Oh, you're welcome. Do our loved ones in heaven worry about their family here on earth? Not at all. Not even a little bit. There is no worry because there is no time. So they are with you all of the time. They don't worry, they don't get sad, they don't have unfinished business, even though TV would like you to believe otherwise. Yeah, no, they don't have to miss us. Only we have to miss them. Oh, yeah, I have to do the thing. If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do it. And like and share this video. Is that a thing? Can you do that on YouTube? I'm a really good social media person. I win. Um, Do our pets in heaven send us our new pets? Yes, and also our pets come back multiple times to us. I spent 3 years with a hardcore narcissist. I learned how to get away fast. Yeah. I think almost all empathic people attract narcissists, which is really stupid. If horrible people like Hitler are here to teach lessons, do they go to the lower levels of heaven when they cross over? There are no lower levels of heaven. There's just one. I always thought narcissists were unenlightened, so that's fascinating to hear they teach, like, standing up to them. Yes, standing up to them, but also learning about our own strength, learning about our weaknesses, just learning. Like, I don't think there's any other fast track for more learning than having a narcissistic person in your life. They make you question everything about yourself. I have had some some very I don't wanna yeah, I guess, like, narcissistic personality disorder plus sociopath, and I'm now no contact, and I even that I am learning from, and, I've learned so much from that person, even though I don't want to. I always thought oh, no. Is our current pup the soul of our last puppy who died before her first birthday? They are incredibly similar, but no relation whatsoever. Yes, more than likely. And sorry, I'm stumbling over words today. I don't know why. I think maybe because I'm tired, and so words are harder. Um, what did I call it the other day? Because I haven't been sleeping super well. Anytime my mental health or my mood is struggling, um, I don't sleep as well. And the kids and I were driving, and we had like a infestation of domesticated rabbits in our town. Like, they're not domesticated, but, like, they're not wild rabbits, if that makes sense. Anyways, I always like seeing them because I always have babies, which is not good, but I like it. And so I'm driving, and aphasia can have, like, a lot of, like, signs and symptoms. So sometimes I have a hard time just talking. Sometimes I have a hard time finding words. Sometimes I replace words with completely different words that don't make sense. Anyways, we're driving and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you guys, look at all those eggs." They're not eggs, they're rabbits, but that's the joys of, aphasia. Don't forget to hit the like if you haven't already. Thank you. Yes, that's what it is. Hit the little like. Is that the heart? Are they the same thing? Are they not the same thing? What did my mom's message "let it go" mean? I would have to tune into your mom, and I don't do mediumship in these videos. I'd rather have rabbits than the infestation of caterpillars. Blah. Probably wild bunnies and not wild jackrabbits. Yes, that's what they are. They're like people's pet rabbits, they let go, and because our climate is so mild, they just breed and breed and breed. So, like, there's no brown bunnies, they're black and white spots and yeah, gray. Can a spirit guide be a relative that you never knew? Yes, but it's rare. A very close girlfriend helped nurse her mother-in-law until she passed. She had been a mean woman her entire life. Now my girlfriend has things happening around the house. How can she get the spirit to leave? You just ask them to stop. They're really respectful. And you say, "You're freaking me out. I don't like it. Can you please stop?" Also, cleanse your space. Often get some selenite in your room to cleanse your space. But yeah, if you say stop, they usually will. Some are stubborn sometimes, but they're very respectful if you say like, "Hey, like, I don't like this. You're scaring me. You're annoying me. Quit it. Be less annoying than you were in life." I ran out of questions. Apparently, what's this? Hmm. My granddaughter had nightmares in one specific room of her house. It was frogs climbing up her walls. She's fine after they moved her out and smudged. Yeah, so you just gotta smudge, you gotta cleanse, and then it should be fine. Why is having a family member as your spirit guide considered rare? Because that person would have to be a very, very old soul. And also, spirit guides, that's like, it's their, not really, but it is. It's like their job, right? So you would have had to agree to this life and them as your guides. So we can have loved ones walking with us, but they won't, um, what? It's saying it's counting down. I don't know what's gonna happen. Something might happen in 42 seconds, but I think I'll be back. I don't know what's happening. Anyways, um, yeah, so we can have our loved ones on the other side walking with us, but they won't tell us what to do. It doesn't mean, you know, occasionally they won't kind of push us in one direction or not, but guides are guides, and our spirit guides are spirit guides. I have a cat who is, oops, what happened? Who currently has an incurable cancer. Oh, I hope she comes back. Oh, I'm so sorry. Feral rabbits could be a real problem if you have a garden you're depending on, not to mention they can carry diseases that can be issues. It says it's on an ad. What? Then they can be issues to humans and some other domesticated animals. That is very true. And we actually had like a hemorrhagic fever that went around the feral rabbit population in Nanaimo a few years ago, but it didn't kill all of them. And so they're right back. On any given day, how many angel visits our planet? A lot. I don't know. I don't think you could put a number on it. Again, time and space don't exist. So even though this is now and this is this time and we are here, there are other parallel time dimensions running at the same time. How do I explain that? Stubborn. She has told her to leave, so time for sage and selenite. Yes, and cleansing. Whoops. Do your guides have any messages for us? I don't know. I think they're just here to answer questions. Tips for astro travel. I have never done it, so I don't know if I could give you tips. Do you believe it's possible for the soul to get fragmented because of trauma? Some refer to this as soul loss. No, but a human can. Yes, I know. Oh, just got an ad. So could you still hear me through an ad? I don't get it. I don't fully understand YouTube because I don't really go on it very much. Can spirit guides help with healing from a knee surgery? Yes, if it's meant to be helped. Sometimes the process of healing and the struggles of healing is the lesson. I'm constantly seeing 555. Does this mean anything? Usually it is your guide saying, hey, good job. You're on the right path. Keep doing it. Yay, you. Can you tell if my son's paranoia was triggered by something and what was that event? I'd have to tune into your son, Pat, and I don't really tune into individuals on these lives. My library has your book cataloged and available. Yay! No, can't hear you with commercials. Oh, that's annoying. Weird. I wonder I wonder if I can change that. I'll have to look into it, how to not have that. I have no idea. Um, oh, okay. Hi, Amber. My mama just had what I think no was 3 strokes. What is going to happen? Oh, that's so awful, Erin. I'm so sorry. And I hope she is better soon. Should I sign up for the Embrace Your Gifts class? If you want, it's fun. Do you believe in dreams having meanings, even if they are really weird? Have been dreaming a lot and remembering them, not use never used to remember them. Yes, they can, but I wanna say, like, 70% or 75% are just your brain, processing and working through things, and maybe 25% have to do with other lives or the other side or are, like, prophetic. I'm gonna choke again, I can feel it right here. Our neighborhood pool is getting ready to close, and I need to go. Oh, have fun. I'm I bought your book, and I'm going to read it this summer. Thanks for big print and spacing, right? I love it. And any other book I write will be like this because I can read it. I have a hard time. Oh, see, that's my family. That was my first stroke anniversary. We went out for breakfast. It's hard to understand how time and space don't exist. I liken it to dreams. Yes. Yeah, I think that's a good thing to liken it to. It's so strange because I know I was only like human wise on the other side for minutes, but it felt like I was there for like 50 years. Like there was no pressure to make a decision. There was no like, come on, you got to get going, you got to get back. Nothing like that. You can't prevent the commercials in YouTube as a creator or a viewer, except a premium membership to YouTube for the viewer can eliminate them. Oh, okay. Thanks, Jody. You're very helpful. Can I have a soulmate that's not with me here? Yep. Were you able to think more clearly after you died without the brain filtering things? Yes, but I didn't die. I had a near death experience. So I was alive, but barely, barely alive. Um, but my brain did not die. My body did not die. But yes, I not only could think clear, more clear. Okay, what is happening? There was no why. So I didn't have to have those, like, questions of, like, "Why would this happen? Why did I choose this? What is wrong?" There's no questions. How can I tell when a departed loved one or an angel is paying me a visit? You can't always, but if you think of them, they are there. So that's how you tell. If you think of them, and even if you don't feel anything, if you think of them, they're there. And our guides help us reconnect with our higher vibration or better self while in deep depression. Yes, they can. They can help you balance yourself out a little bit. They can't fix it for you. I know you have spoken on the pyramids before, but please remind me what their purpose is again. Well, their purpose right now is kind of nothing because we effed it up. So they are like I can never remember the word, but like a energetic sort of portal to other dimensions. And they used to be really powerful, but they are not right now because we suck a little bit. Have you ever seen a UFO? No, I could still hear you through the ad. Oh, that's cool. Do you ever wish that you decided to stay on the other side? If I'm gonna be totally honest, yes. Um, Not as much, well, no, still occasionally. The first 6 months, I wanted to die more than I ever have wanted to die in my entire life. I felt like, well, because I never ever wanted to before that, um, I felt like I made the wrong choice. I felt like a burden. I felt like I was never going to get better, and I was childlike, and it was so frustrating, and everybody dropped off the face of the earth, and I was so lonely, and I still am suffering a lot from loneliness, because it's, not super fun to hang out with a really brain injured person, and so my circle is small, and I go days without talking to anybody but my family, and yeah, but I now don't want to go back to the other side necessarily. Every once in a while, when I'm feeling really down and I, try to think of the other side and the peace it brought me, occasionally I still feel called to go there. But I'm firmly planted here again. Um, I'm not so sure what I want to do to earn money. I have had a few jobs after college. What's the best way to find that out? By the way, happy Victoria Day. Um, I think do everything 5 times and figure out what you enjoy. Practice joy, and the money should come. Your necklace is beautiful. Hey, thank you. Wow, Amber, just jumping on. If we're doing questions, I'm really wondering if I can call for an upgrade soul fragment. I feel like I kind of wandered out of myself a very long while ago. Bless you. I'm sorry if that's a me question. We'll try to pick up on the subject. Um, what do you mean? Uh, Soul fragment. You guys all use words that I don't see. I'm like, I'm a super gifted person, but I don't know all the words because I just do what I do without like I don't like study necessarily. So all these new things and ways of thinking of spirituality and purpose and all that don't necessarily make a lot of sense to me because I don't know anything about them. Is that bad to admit? I'm still a type A soccer mom, but a lot less, and not soccer, dance, and MMA. How do you know if you're psychic or have mental illness? Is there a way to know for sure? Not necessarily. I think having things confirmed as true could be helpful. Like if you actually like everything that I would pick up on and get, people would be like, "Oh my gosh, like how did you know that?" kind of thing. If guides don't help us make decisions, do they support us with their strength? It's like the strongest friend or family member you know in your life walking beside you, supporting you, like holding on to your hands, arms. Do you think your being a medium prior to your NDE was more helpful for you? Yes, 100%. I'm waiting for a tie-breaking sign to adopt another dog. What's your gut feeling? Not yet. Talking walk-ins? I don't understand what's happening. I don't think I get it. I ran out of questions again, and I'm not very interesting. What do I do? Should I just do a little dance? Can I call for help by a family member, great-grandmother who passed before I was born? Yes, you can talk to them. They are with you. I was told by a psychic that my guide is named Angelo, so therefore I am thanking him 10 times a day. How do I know that he hears me or if he hears or if he is my guide? You just have to have faith. Faith is a huge um like a huge part of being human. Faith that they're listening, faith that they're walking with us, faith that whether or not your guide's name is Angelo or whatever it is, they are there for you. Just have faith. Amber, when I go to your site, there's no real contact, just social media. Yeah, because that's what works the most for me is Facebook. And I know that sucks, and I know it's hard for people, but I have to prioritize my health and mental well-being, and I don't have a proper website or anything like that yet. What do you consider the best thing that came from your NDE? Faith that I'm not alone. I think that is the biggest thing. I always felt even after I accepted my gifts, like I accepted my gifts in 2015 at Christmas time. I had the stroke in 2021. So for 6 years, I was a practicing psychic medium, and going to the other side just cemented everything. Like, it was like, "Oh my gosh, okay, like, that is what I was talking about." Like, even though I was doing the work, there's always a question of, maybe I am just full of it. Like, maybe I'm just really good at reading people. And so going to the other side was it just proved everything I had felt and believed. And it was also not also nice to not be in my body at that time. Aw. Everyone seems to have different NDEs. Are they so varied because we are all individuals? Yes, and we're all at different stages of learning. If somebody has an NDE and they need to stay here, like they don't have a choice, they have so much stuff they still have to do, their NDE might not be as peaceful and wonderful because they don't want them to go there. How do you figure out who your spirit guide is? Do I need to meditate on it? Yes, you can meditate on you can just talk to them. You don't necessarily again, you don't need to know who they are for them to serve a purpose in your life. Do you think that family member cares even though they never met me? We have some things in common, such as doing crafts and crocheting. Oh, so yes, because you're in their soul family. So they even if you as a human never met them, you would have known them very well on the other side. Let's give Amber some hearts. Aw, thank you. I like getting hearts. Gray, that's more of a question I would answer in a reading because I would have to fully tune into you. Are the Akashic records an actual thing? Yes and no. It's not the same as what we believe. There is like a record or yeah. So yes and no. You have taught me so much about faith. I am so grateful. Aw, thanks. I agree with J Care. Thank you so much, Amber. Oh, you guys are so nice. Thank you. Well, I ran out of questions, so should I go? Are we only half watching? Have hit the like, please. Those who haven't hit it now. Thank you, Jody. You're just the best. You guys cheer me up. I started writing a poem yesterday and then I stopped because I was like, this is just the do you want to hear how not annoyed what was I yesterday? Despondent. I started writing the beginning of a poem and then I was like, absolutely not. I'm done. Sorry if it's a downer. There is no lonelier place than in one's mind. It can take you to a place where no other human could. Reality ceases to exist when in the depths of despair. You become a lone island, not a soul in sight, all connection lost. Reason is a string you can no longer grasp. It floats just out of reach. And then I stopped because I was like, oh, quit being a boo-hoo whiner. I'm not a Facebooker and have no contact for you. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and I have an email. Um, but yeah, I I don't know where else. I don't give out my phone number because that got very problematic. So I'm not sure what other ways that people have for contact. How do you heal from childhood trauma? You go back and take your power back. You bring us so much comfort. Aw. I live up the highway from you, but are you in the same building or working from home? I couldn't find your what? I work from home, yeah. Wow, that really hit me hard. What has been going on with me as well? Thank you. You're welcome. I went to a local medium and she described my parents' personality so clear to me, but no messages come really. That's odd. Maybe she's more of an evidential based medium rather than a message based. If trying to help a loved one, can we try to connect to their guides? You can, yeah, but your guides can do the work just as well. Uh, my email is westcoastmedium1 at gmail.com. But I don't book readings from there. I book them all on my Facebook page. But you don't have to be on social media to book with me. Anybody you know can comment on my posts and then just give the spot to you. There are so many views on TikTok, I don't know which one is really I know. It's so frustrating, and I don't know what to do here. Actually, in this, like, the description of this video is my TikTok link. Very deep poem, I could feel it. Aw, thanks. So many things you talk about regarding your NDE validate what I've felt about the beautiful energy that some people call God. My grandpa talked about visiting a garden the day he died and seeing ancestors. Oh, I love that. Oh, that poem is so good so far. I can relate. Keep going. I know, I just didn't wanna be a big boohoo whiner. Amber, you're far from boring. I got lucky and was able to catch you live. Thank you for following the plan. There's a gentleness that's calming to me. Aw, thank you. What do you mean take your power back? So, not just you. Definitely if you have some severe childhood trauma, it's good to go to somebody that is trained in kind of regression therapy, where you go back instead of completely avoiding the trauma and doing anything you can to not think about it, to move past it, if it's still affecting you and you're years down the road or decades down the road, you need to go back. You need to kind of in a way relive it and start to realize, oh my gosh, I was a child and this was a horrible situation and this is what I would do now, or this is what I would say to that child. And yeah, it is helpful because if you, let's just say you have some severe trauma that happens around 13, your emotional growth is stunted. And so you probably respond to stressful situations like a 13-year-old would because the the trauma that happened kind of stole your ability to continue to emotionally mature to, I don't know how else to explain it. So you have to go back and kind of get to know that 13-year-old and help them move forward. Trying to make big financial decisions, advice on how to connect with Guide's higher self. It feels hardest when big decisions need making. That's because those are the times where you need to make the decision. If you can't feel your guides, there's a reason. It's because you are the one right now that has to make it. Oh, well, Amber, you described in perfect words all my feelings. Nice poem. Aw, thanks. Agree that poem of yours is and artwork was gorgeous. Oh, thank you. You make me less scared to pass away. It's my biggest fear, dying. Yeah, that's the easiest part of being human is the dying part. Let me tell you. Oh, the living part is the one I struggle with. It's really hard and really annoying. How is your artwork going? It's not really. I haven't been doing it much. Anytime my mental health is struggling, the artwork kind of pieces out. I've been doing a lot of sitting on the couch. To be fair, I went for a bunch of blood work and I am very, very anemic. So I'm very fatigued. And when I'm very fatigued, the deficits from the stroke are really more pronounced and harder to walk through. You can pray and heal your past self because of the past, future, presence all at once. What? You can pray and heal your past self because of the past, future, present is all at once, right? Um, no, as humans, it's not all at once. That's on the other side. That makes sense? Yes. Hi, Brenda, you found me. Yay. Yeah, on the other side, like there's no time. Here, there is time and there is a purpose. Our existence is based on time and reward punishment, which sucks. That part could take a hike. The time, I don't mind. Time for me is so much different now. Since the NDE, time for me is not the same as the average person. It's going so fast. I don't know how to explain it. I also have a issue with time. I still often think it's 2020 because I have issues with memory and retrograde amnesia. And so I don't often know what day or time it is. Are you getting help for your anemia? I have a doctor's appointment this coming week. I, in the past, have gotten iron infusions, but apparently, iron infusions aren't always really great um, with stroke people. So I got one after the stroke when I ended up in the hospital. I don't know, like in the March after the stroke, and so now um, I think it's time for another one. I have pulmonary fibrosis, and the deficits and fatigue can really wreak havoc. Yeah, it's really annoying. What does our higher self do on the other side when it's all raindrops? When all its raindrops are here on Earth. Again, time and space don't exist, right? So everything's happening all of the time. And you never get bored because time doesn't exist. It's just fabulous. Are any of your children showing signs of being mediums? No. Both of my kids are gifted in their own ways. but they are not like me, and I would never want them to be like me. Sorry, I like myself, but my life was very, very difficult, and will continue to be difficult. You know, I don't know. Maybe there are some psychic mediums that have loads of friends and stuff like that. That's just not me, and so it's lonely, and I don't feel like a lot of people understand me. I feel like people look at me weird, um, and those could just be my feelings. But I would never want my kids to experience the profound loneliness I have had to walk through the majority of my life. Also, it's not super fun for like a lot of society to think you're an absolute whack job. When we make plans and experience a lot of roadblocks, should we keep trying, or is it a lesson we need to try things differently? It could be both. So just trust your gut and have faith that no matter what you do, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. How come I've been how come I've been able to manifest everything else I wanted in life but love? There's always a reason. I'm sure you've learned more from not having it than the average person, so there could be a lot of reasons. Do you believe that there's more than one you, different realities? Yes. His hand. They don't look the same. Like this one can do this and stuff. This one just, oh, I can't bend it back anymore. That's my stroke hand. Can you tell I ran out of questions again? Just playing with my hand. For some reason, this is the stroke side, and it seems to go up more. I thought usually it droops. No, not a thing. I also have had really horrible jaw surgeries, and so this side's really damaged. It's been over 50 minutes, and you're doing a great job. Oh yeah, I probably should go. We plan our lives, but we make choices. But is there a time where we have to say this choice isn't working and walk away? Yes, I'm laughing. Just think that for every one person who thinks you're a whack job, there's double or more that thank the universe for you. There you go. That's a good way to think. And also, I think, when I was young, more people thought I was crazy. It's becoming more the norm to be spiritual or identify as spiritual rather than religious. And so I don't know. I think, not in every country, but a lot of places, how I think and what I believe is becoming a lot more sort of mainstream. Just got your book, ebook. Very much looking forward to reading it. Yay! Thank you for sharing your wisdom and gifts. Oh, you're welcome. Everybody should get my book. I think I've only sold one today. Aw, aw. So you should all get it. It's actually really good, I promise. All right, should I read a poem? What are my guides feeling? Yeah, I like this one. This is so every chapter in my book has a poem that I wrote. Um, so I'm gonna read this one. This is from it's not actually, this one's not a chapter, it's an introduction. Talks all about my childhood and all that exciting stuff and accepting my gifts. So let's do it. Here we go. First steps. The first few steps into this life do not determine the path you will walk. Your feet are small and the obstacles you face seem insurmountable. Growth is unavoidable even if we try to fight it. As we trudge through this human life, at times feeling lost, our soul knows we are capable of conquering each lesson. Trust your feet as you learn to overcome each obstacle you face. Know in your mind, body, heart, and soul you are not alone. You may call it destiny or fate. I call it limitless power. We are strong. We can walk through even the most difficult lessons. We can live each life with understanding and grace. Nothing is insurmountable, even when your feet feel too small. All right. Yay. So yeah, you should go get it. It's got all the pictures of me. And this is me on the cover in near my house. This is Linley Valley in Nanaimo. And all like these pictures, I've posted a few of them. All were taken in Linley Valley. Right? It's so cool. I love it. All right. You guys have a really wonderful day. Thanks for joining me, and I'm sending all my sunshine your way. Bye.